Hey mini wargamers, this is Markilius08. I finally had a chance to cool down from my long day on the road. I don't like 12-hour days, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And I figured, no time like the present, so I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys my workstation, kind of give you a rundown of what I use and kind of where everything came from. So without further ado, here is the workstation. The tables are custom made. They were built from a 4x8 sheet of 3/4 inch plywood, as well as various other pieces of wood. Purchased them, built it myself. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It took a good 2 to 3 weeks to build, stain, seal, everything. So, also, I learned a valuable lesson building this, that your basement is not the best place to have a workshop, because I was cleaning sawdust off of everything for weeks. But anyways, kind of give you the quick rundown. Over here is the assembly side. I've got my bits boxes. Well, got bit storage, different stuff sorted out differently. Current project right now is working on my last 10 Grey Knights for my last strike squad. But got a bunch of different stuff over here. Here's a custom Inquisitor I'm working on. Yeah, don't have very good light. That's the one downside, is that the place where I live doesn't have that much good lighting. So moving on, here is my gaming PC. Use it for gaming, obviously. Usually have Netflix or a DVD running while I'm working, sometimes Pandora. I don't know, I used to use Pandora a lot more, but videos seem to be more entertaining. And then over here is where the magic happens. This is the paint station. Probably what I love the most about it is the paint storage, but I can't take credit for that. That is actually from dakadaka.com. There's a user called Major Tom, and he was the one who, I don't know if he had this idea, but he's the one I took it from. These are actually made from door sweeps. You can get them really cheap in several different sizes, several different styles. I got all these from Home Depot because that's what we have here. But to kind of give you a breakdown of what I use, I don't really have any one loyalty. I use AK Interactive products, Forge World, weathering powders. Haven't used them a lot yet, but they're going to play an important role in this new project. And then Vallejo Old Gold, alcohol-based paint, by Painted. If you've ever seen his YouTube page, you've seen some pretty impressive stuff, and he also makes some really good suggestions regarding what to use. And I have to agree with him, that's probably the best gold on the market that I've ever used. Now, caveat, I haven't used everything out there, but I've used some of the major ones, and that's the one I like the most. And then, stuff for standard kits, microset, microsol, thinner, medium, different types of varnish. Primarily what I use is Games Workshop Citadel paints. They're what I started with, and they've never really steered me wrong. I've never had any problems with them. Anytime I have a bad batch, or the rarity of having a bad batch is one thing, but if I ever do, I just call them up and they send me a new bottle. But these up here are actually the old 5th edition paints. Well, I call them 5th edition because they changed them when they got to 6th. But just different types of bottles. Put them in the clear ones, dropper bottles, because they were easier to use at the time. Of course, then everything was mobile. I didn't have a place to actually work on them, so I just put everything in a case. Brush storage over here, but that's pretty much it. Down here you'll see an example of why I'm doing this blog. Well, this project and these vlogs, I guess. These are some Tau Fire Warriors I've been working on. They've probably been sitting here for a month, if not more, collecting dust. This is what happens. I start working on something, and then I take a break, work on something else, and it just keeps going downhill. But over here we've got more storage. That shelf there is my friend's. He has his White Scars and his Tyranids on it. He was really excited when 5th edition came out. Or not 5th edition, excuse me, the new Space Marines Codex. He was pretty thrilled because his scars hadn't been quite working as well as they had in 5th edition. And over here, custom storage cabinet I have. Bought it from Walmart, and then just got these little drawers. These are actually the desk storage drawers. and I bought those from, oh, I'm trying to think where it was. I think it was Westlake Ace Hardware, but they work really well for storing, and they come in and they close, but they don't actually touch the shelves. And then just various stuff that I'm working on, Grey Knights, Minotaurs, you know, Nurgle, Chaos. I'll give you a better rundown of that later in another video. Then down here is where I keep all my yet to be built kits. A lot of stuff for my Minotaurs there. You know, Valkyrie for the guard, Horseman. I'm actually doing something pretty neat for my Nurgle with those. You know, gonna use this as accounts as Helldrake, the zombie dragon. Actually, 2 of them, but that's pretty much it. Then over here, just use it for storing a lot of stuff. I have 2 of the Imperial City Sector kits, and gonna be using those once I get my Tablescapes pledge fulfilled. Already made the pledge, just waiting for them to make the product. Various stuff, Minotaurs, guard, Aegis lines I need to paint, and then just storage all over the place. More stuff for guard that needs to be built. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Also, we have some storage over here in the closet, just for, you know, storage, obviously, different stuff. Then over here is my old workstation. That's what I had before, minus the airbrush booth. That's what I had to work on. Got pretty cramped a lot, so I'm really glad that I've got a new place, got enough room to spread out, and going from this to this is a pretty jarring experience, but in my opinion, it's the way to go. I'd rather have more space to work comfortably than, you know, not, I guess. But, and just to give you guys an idea of what my painting skill looks like, here are 2 of the best miniatures I've painted, and one of, well, no, 2 of the few that I've actually fully painted. This was the one I painted first, of these 2 anyways. Lord Asterion Moloch of the Minotaurs, Forge World model, Thunderhammer, or not Thunderhammer, but Storm Shield, and the Black Lance, I believe is what it's called. But he's one of my favorite models. When I actually painted him, I did not realize there was a paint scheme on Forge World, so I basically had to come up with this on my own, and then I think midway through painting him I found out about it, took it into consideration, then just said screw it, gonna keep going with what I got. But used a lot of different techniques I'd never done before, a lot of actual pigment and weathering. But probably the thing I'm most proud of is the back. Water slide decals. Never had much success with them until now. Until him, actually. But that's kind of where we are. Those are actually the decals from the Forge World decal sheet. But he's my baby. He's the one I love the most. Yeah. So that being said, here is another Chapter Master. This is Lord Kaldor Drago. Pretty good paint job on him. It's not up to par with Asterion. There's just no way. It's sad actually. I finished Asterion, got excited because he turned out so well. Started working on Drago, and then I finished him in 2 to 3 days after I got pretty impatient. But so yeah, that is pretty much it. That's all I needed to show you, all I wanted to right now. In the next video, I'll go ahead and, I'm probably going to go ahead and give you a rundown of what I have for all my armies, built and unbuilt, and actually give you an idea of the struggle I've been facing with actually just getting stuff done. But that's pretty much it. Look forward to the next video, and I'm looking forward to Valhalla.